FX. Wind over marsh grass. Distant surf. A single car engine idling, then cutting off. Long Island, New York. A stretch of highway called Ocean Parkway, flanked by scrub brush and sand dunes that hide more than they show. FX. Heartbeat, low and steady. In December of 2010, a police officer, training a cadaver dog along this road, found something that would take investigators over a decade to fully understand. A human leg, wrapped in burlap. FX. Distant siren, fading. It was only the beginning. Before the search ended, 11 sets of human remains would be pulled from the brush along a 4-mile stretch of parkway, and the man responsible had been hiding in plain sight, not in the shadows of the underworld, but behind the desk of a Manhattan architecture firm. FX. Transition tone, soft synth swell. This is the story of the Gilgo Beach Killer. Segment 1. The Burlap Graves. 0001:30. FX. Police radio chatter muffled. The search that began with one leg didn't stop there. Over the following days, officers combed the underbrush and found 4 sets of remains, all wrapped in a similar manner, all dumped within a quarter mile of each other. Investigators quickly noticed a pattern. The first 4 victims, later dubbed the Gilgo 4, were young women who had worked as escorts, advertising on sites like Craigslist. Each had vanished after a client visit gone wrong. Each had been strangled. Each had been dumped in nearly the same location, wrapped in burlap, like something ordered off a shelf. FX. Paper rustling. Case file sounds. Melissa Barthelemy, Megan Waterman, Amber Lynn Costello, Maureen Brainerd Barnes. 4 women, 4 families, 1 road. But as the search widened, the pattern grew stranger. Investigators found more remains: a toddler, a woman dubbed Jane Doe 6, and additional sets of bones scattered across the dunes, some dating back over a decade. Not all matched the burlap wrapping method. Not all appeared to be the same killer. FX. Low ambient tension pad. For years, law enforcement debated, was this one predator, or several, drawn to the same desolate stretch of coastline like sharks to blood in the water? FX. Title card chime. The Gilgo Beach Killer. Part 1. The Architect of Ocean Parkway. FX. Chime fades. Segment 2. The Phone Calls. 01:30:03:00. FX. Old phone ringing, answered with static. The break that kept the case alive for over a decade came not from forensics, but from a mother's grief.
Mary Gilbert, mother of victim Shannon Gilbert, refused to let the case go cold. Shannon had vanished in May 2010 after a client call in the gated community of Oak Beach. Her body wouldn't be found in the marsh nearby until December of the following year, separate from the burlap-wrapped 4. SFX, distressed voice recording garbled. Investigators obtained recordings of calls Amber Lynn Costello had received from her killer, a distinct, gravelly voice that taunted her family for months after her disappearance. That voice became one of the case's only tangible clues. It was played for the public, analyzed by linguists, compared against hundreds of suspects, SFX filing cabinet slam, and for over a decade it led nowhere. Meanwhile, the case ballooned into a symbol of dysfunction. The Suffolk County Police Department faced allegations of mishandling evidence. The county's own police commissioner would later be convicted of unrelated corruption charges, obstructing an investigation into his own misconduct, adding another layer of institutional rot to a case already drowning in it. SFX newspaper page turn. By 2020, the case had a new name, the Long Island Serial Killer, and a very cold trail. Task forces formed and dissolved. Tip lines rang and went quiet. The families of the victims aged a decade waiting for an answer that never came, until a single piece of evidence, sitting untouched for years, was finally run through the right database. Segment 3. The Pizza Box. 3:0:30. SFX rustling of a takeout bag, distant traffic. In 2022, a renewed task force, this time combining FBI resources with state and county. Police took a fresh look at the physical evidence. Among it, fibers from the burlap wrapping, hair samples, and a single, seemingly unremarkable piece of trash. SFX, tension strings rising. Investigators traced a burner phone, used to contact one of the victims, back to cell tower pings near a Massapequa, Park home, and near a Manhattan office building. Both locations, it turned out, connected to the same man, a mild-mannered architect named Rex Hoyerman. SFX, keyboard typing, rapid. Confirmed their suspicion, detectives needed his DNA. So they watched. They waited. And eventually they recovered a discarded pizza box outside his workplace. SFX sharp cut to silence. The genetic material on that crust would become the single most important piece of evidence in a 14-year-old case. Wait, part 2.